Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is time for our deciding game number 3, Natural 9 facing off against Orange Esports. You're watching the GEST Dota 2 competition. That's right, GEST Dota 2 action, which a few months ago might have seemed like something that we never see. GoDz is apparently putting me on hold on Skype. We'll bring him in a few moments, but right now we're in the round 2. We're in the semifinals of this event. This is a best out of 3, and we're into game 3. So I am excited to see how this game actually works out. How nice of you to pick up the phone, GoDz. How nice of you to join me. Of course, I'm LD, he's GoDz. We're David and David. We're Beyond the Summit, and, well, GoDz, he's bored enough. He's going to cast for you guys today.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is GEST Dota 2, not the GEST IDC, but this is one of my favorite events to be casting, and just always a fun thing to see all these Southeast Asian teams who, they all bring something different to the table. I feel every team is somewhat unique and has sort of their own style of play, their own style of picks. N9 versus Orange in a deciding game number 3 here. So this is where it all counts. This is going to be for that grand final spot. I believe the grand final is meant to be tomorrow in the best of 5 format. The other semi-final after this one, MUFC versus Zenith. Apparently, they're going to wait for this match to end before they start. So for those of you here thinking MUFC versus Zenith is meant to be starting, it is on after this match.
Yeah, we will be casting it here at Beyond the Summit. Of course, a big shout out to DotaTalk.com for administrating this event, for organizing it. They also do some great coverage. If you like really funny Dota pictures, by the way, this is the best place to go. Facebook.com/DotaTalk. They do have a stream as well. They stream some of the games out there. Twitch.tv/DotaTalk stream. So big thanks to them for letting us cast this event, for arranging it, and of course the GST to Gigabyte as well. But GoDz, let's talk a little bit about this draft. I actually did a double take. I looked at the N9 lineup and I thought, wait, that looks like Orange's draft. That's a Queen of Pain right away. That's something we'd expect to see out of Orange, but it is Orange actually on the Radiant side, going for the Rubik Prophet Sand King. More of this like team fight kind of mid-game style, but not getting the Mushi Queen of Pain, not getting, well, I would say the Ice 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 Bounty Hunter, but in this case it would be KYX-wise.
I think, and yeah, that's part of the reason behind the first 2 picks being Queen of Pain and Jakira's. They know if they don't pick up Queen of Pain there, Orange take it with either their second or third pick, so they're going to force Orange into doing something a bit different here. We probably see an off-lane Nature's Prophet with another Ice player who does play that Rubik and support. He plays it oh so damn well. And we'll see how the rest of the lanes go for Orange here. Maybe something they could be thinking of is picking the Sand King as a hero who can match up against the Bounty Hunter in a 1v1 matchup if they want to go for something like an offensive tri-lane. There's plenty of plenty of strategies up Orange's sleeves here. And then they're about to be going to the G1 League Land Finals, a much sort of bigger fish to fry there. $53,000 there sort of on the line this weekend. So they're probably looking to maybe try out a few different heroes, a few different strategies here in the GST.
I'm very excited to see what Mushi is going to play this game, because it won't be the 2 heroes we always seem to see him on. It won't be TA, and it won't be Queen of Pain. No matter what, it will be something a little bit different. They are going to be forced to experiment. Now, the Prophet is a hero. We've seen the run quite a bit. I'm thinking it will be a KYXY offlane Prophet. I think Extinct has played it in the jungle a handful of times. Hard to remember with these guys since they keep on switching their players a little bit as well, but it's Prophet's a hero they've run occasionally. It's not really, they're not like MUFC where they pick it a lot and we often see Sharky on it, but once in a while he factors into the mix. Let's take a look at the rest of the draft. What do you think these teams need, and what are they going to be angling for?
Well, for Orange, it really feels like, have they picked Yamata's hero? No. Have they picked Mushi's heroes? Not really. But maybe one of those 2 players is going to be playing a farming Sand King. Maybe one of them is on a solo Sand King. Because if that's the case, if they haven't picked their heroes yet, we need some sort of solo mid for Mushi. We also need a farmer for Yamata, which is going to be something like the Chaos Knight we saw last game. Chaos Knight is a hero that you can put up against the Bounty Hunter with a strong dual or tri-lane to keep Bounty Hunter off the lane. So probably is where Orange want to go here. We may see that actually being banned out with N9's last ban. But for N9, they've got their strong offlaner, they've got their strong solo mid in Queen of Pain. They just need their farmer as well as another support here, maybe even a jungler for GoDz.
Well, with N9, it's that Dragon Knight, right? I think that's one of their most reliable carries. They often run a mid, but as a safe lane farmer, I think they run him a bit more as a safe lane farmer than other teams. And, well, he gives them that great mid-game timing push, gives you a nice frontline tank, and he synergizes quite well with Queen of Pain and Bounty Hunter. Track to allow him to chase, allow you to get off multiple Dragon Tails in a team fight, as well as just getting the extra gold for it. And, of course, Queen of Pain likes to have someone taking the first few blows for her. So I think we might see the Dragon Knight this game from N9 as Orange choose not to ban it out.
Yeah, definitely. Enigma was another hero. I think if they want a jungle, they want GoDz on Enigma. Enigma plus Dragon Knight would have been a perfect way to round off N9's lineup with their last two picks, I feel. Have a strong dual lane with the Jakiro DK, have the Enigma in the jungle farming away. So it's going to be something different for N9. They still can pick up the Dragon Knight. Slardar getting banned out by N9, which is a hero that Mushi does use every now and then, as well as Yamata. Mushi played a solo Slardar, in fact, in one matchup against IG. And I think game number 2, they had a Slardar solo versus Bounty Hunter solo, but Orange have taken the hero that N9 used last game. They picked up the Panda and Brewmaster.
Yeah, this is quite a level-dependent lineup from Orange, right? We talked about the greed of last game. I'd say this is a bit greedier, if anything. They have a Panda who desperately needs 6 to have a big impact. They have 2 heroes who really want Blink Daggers and Sankey and Brewmaster. You have a couple of heroes who need Arcane Boots. Everybody needs levels. Everybody needs farm. And their lane control, to be totally honest, is not the best. Prophet, okay at pulling the creeps back in the off lane. Rubik does have that good lockdown. He's probably their best laner by far. But these lanes are looking a little bit weak, and I think more importantly, this lineup's just very, very... It takes a while to get rolling. And I'm even wondering, are we going to see maybe... I'm even thinking as a last pick, perhaps we'll see a Yamate solo mid Shadow Fiend, a tri-lane with the other 3, and Prophet off lane. Yamate Shadow Fiend is available.
Yeah, it's something that Orange have used on a couple different occasions. Something that N9 could even use themselves. Shatan's played Shadow Fiend on quite a few games. They go with Disruptor for now, so picking up their other support hero. The Silence, a nice way to prevent Brewmaster from getting his ultimate, and just another ranged support hero, which is really looking to punish the weak laning stage that you mentioned for Orange. Sand King, not really all that great. You need some early levels. Brewmaster, not the best. Rubik, really the only strong laning support hero or even solo hero there. So there's your Shadow Fiend. It is going to be Orange who pick it up. We'll have to see whether it's Yamato or Mushi playing him. N9, if they were thinking of Shadow Fiend, it's no longer an option. Maybe they look at the DK now.
As I do love my Yamate Shadow Fiend, but it would be pretty cool to see Mushi play him. I have not seen him play that hero in really not I can remember in Dota 2.
He played it against Mineski. He played it against Mineski, and just in their quarterfinal match against Mineski, game number 2, he was playing the Shadow Fiend. They had him on the mid Shadow Fiend, and then Yamato was playing something like a Chaos Knight. So Orange, they mix it up every now and then.
And was that with Yamate in the game as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be Mushi on Shadow Fiend again here. So
nice.
Orange of dedicating their players to their roles. Even when they pick up Shadow Fiend, they say, nope, Yamata, you play that safe lane farmer. Mushi is our solo mid player. So Mushi going to be on Shadow Fiend once again. N9 pick up Night Stalker. So this is going to be a very sort of low carry lineup. It's the Queen of Pain who has to bring that carry potential. And this is the kind of the hyper-aggressive strategy we've seen IG using a bit, as well as DK. The Bounty Hunter plus Night Stalker. You throw in a Queen of Pain, so it's not the Sven, it's a Queen of Pain, but this is a very mobile hero who can get a lot of kills for your team. So for N9, if they start getting kills, if they start snowballing, they can sort of walk all over Orange very, very quickly. Orange need to get up early items, early farm, get the fast BKB on Shadow Fiend, get the fast levels, and just make sure that Brewmaster Sand King can really just get some core items up for them.
And N9 have absolute oodles of, you'd mentioned the chasing power, also burst damage. This team can really pick you off quickly once they get to, say, level 5 to 7. FCFC will be playing that Night Stalker, is rushing a bottle, will be soloing mid. Risk is the off-lane Bounty Hunter. Shaitan, I suppose, either an offensive... Maybe it will be a safe lane Bounty Hunter, maybe an offensive tri-lane. We have seen some teams offensive tri-lane with Queen of Pain. Hasn't normally worked too well, but Shaitan normally the safe lane farmer for the squad. Winter as the disruptor. Observers and sentries. GoDz finally playing that Jakiro, and it looks like they just want to get some aggressive wards down. They know how dependent Arch is on the good start, and they want to try to slow it down.
30 seconds.
Yep, is Sentry Wards on ice. They block the pull in the trees here, so they'll have to tango through this if they want to remove it. But for the time being, N9 going to lane this as you'd probably expect. Risk in the off lane. He's going to have to look to pull the creep wave away because he's up against a pretty tough, annoying tri-lane, though. They've got Sentry Wards, but if he can pull the creep wave to his tower, he's going to be in a much better position. Safe lane Queen of Pain for Shaitan. And then Night Stalker at the mid lane. Night Stalker heading top. They're going to switch it up. They're going to send Shaitan mid against the Shadow Fiend. They decide they don't want to give Shadow Fiend that slightly easier lane against the Night Stalker. So the one downfall is that Night Stalker wants to have the early levels in farm. So I feel the two supports, Jakiro and Disruptor, need to spend a lot of time using pulls and using their time in the jungle here, even ganking the Shadow Fiend at mid, because they want to make sure Night Stalker gets as much XP as possible for that first night time.
He's doing the pull, but they have sentries. They have some good chain stun. Risk, ring around the rosy for him. Sentry Ward, first one is placed. They want to start with the Burrow Strike. It's got a lower cooldown. He's pulled back in. This should be our first blood. Clap is there as well. Dropping low. One more auto attack, and they clean him up. again, we've seen this before. When you run that offlane bounty hunter, you go for that pull. Like, I think YYF, the first person to really start doing it, at least that we've seen in Dota 2. You gotta wait until the supports are visible, and he doesn't wait, and he's punished for it.
Yeah, Risk gets caught out, and N9 going to find Nature's Prophet at this top lane. He does succeed in getting the pull, using just his treants. He keeps himself safe, and he gets this wave near his tower, so KYXY at top lane, getting some farm, getting some XP. N9, same thing, not happening at bottom lane. And Risk does come back in now. There is a big creep wave pushing towards his tower, so in some ways, he's given up his life, but he is going to get some XP, maybe a bit of farm under his tower by doing so.
And that's the beauty of the early ward. Even, Mushi's really low. I think Shaitan is even going to consider going on this. There is a salve, though. Mushi will be salving up momentarily. Already 6-3. Shaitan is going to cancel the salve. That is a big victory in this lane. He may need to be ferried regen because he doesn't have his bottle yet, and he needs that bottle to be able to deal with the harassment. Bottom lane, they go in on Risk again. The clap and the burrow strike. Now the dust even pop. Boy, this is some serious hate on the Risk, and Ice is going to live. Oh, boy. This, and GoDz, what a time to die. Look at that massive creep wave. He's going to miss so much experience.
That is very costly for Bounty. He does get himself to level 2. He TPs straight back towards his bottom lane, knowing that he can get some important farm and XP under this tower with it. So even if he's not getting the creeps for it, just getting the
Mushi's
XP
in trouble.
as that Bounty Hunter.
Mushi's got to hit these raises. Mushi's got to hit. Oh, he needs one more raise. He's got that raise. Oh, God. Mushi dies.
Does it.
What a kill.
It's not a... Well, it's a straight-up kill. He does die afterwards. He still hasn't got his bottle here, but killing the Queen of Pain there, the Queen of Pain, who had a big advantage against him, is huge. It gives him about a half-level lead. And look at this. Sanking's rotated mid. Level 2 Sanking may look to bait Shaitan into another kill here if Shaitan's not careful.
Oh, they may even be able to just kill him with the triple raise. Look at how the confidence for those. Now the burrow strike after the auto attack. Not quite enough. They needed maybe one more auto attack. And what an important dodge by Shaitan. Dodges that bullet. If he had died again, GoDz, then Mushi's got his boots and his bottle probably almost complete. And he's about to hit level 5 off of that. So still, Mushi turns around and gets the kill on Queen of Pain. That was huge because if he died there, the lane was pretty much over, in my opinion. As he was already behind. Already that salve canceled early. Mushi turning the lane around with some help from his supports. And now he's going to have the bottle. Risk rotating a mid. This bounty hunter wants to try and shut down Mushi. This is both teams just really focusing on this middle lane now.
Yeah, Risk not going to find the openings he's after. Mushi doesn't want to push up just for the sheer fact there's a Queen of Pain there who can kill him, but Bounty Hunter will just add to that. Bounty Hunter actually gets scouted out by an Orange Esports observer ward near the mid lane, so he spots him popping that windwalk. So Mushi knows what's up. He knows that Risk is hovering near the mid lane, and this is what you want to be doing as a Bounty Hunter, harassing where possible. Risk just goes in, pokes around, forces Mushi back, forces him to pop that salve. He has got his bottle out now as well, but Risk, there's nothing he can do at bottom lane, so he may as well be harassing where possible here at mid, giving Shaitan free farm and keeping Mushi out of XP range.
Oh, GoDz's blocked off. He can't come up the ramp. This is just a pain in the rear right now for him. Oh, boy. He can't... This is so cheeky by KYXY. And then is maybe even looking to block the pull camp as well. He'll do it. So just everything possible being used to try and deny these pulls. And unfortunately, Winner just missing on the double pull. Nope. Gets a couple creeps. Meanwhile, Risk dropping low, fighting over that bottom rune, which was bottled up by Mushi. Now with the haste rune, GoDz, they probably can't kill him for another 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to take a while before they can look to gank or kill Mushi. I think the one thing they would just want to do is have Shaitan out farming him at mid lane, which so far has happened. Shaitan with 23 creeps, 10 denies to Mushi's 8 and 1. So it's a good start at mid for Shaitan despite the death. He is still leading there. He's also got a full level advantage, but it's Orange who are finding the kills, and with those kills, they're looking to sort of push N9 into a bit of a corner and just prevent what they can do come mid game. But mid game for N9, it's going to be all about this Night Stalker.
And he is having a great start. Power Tread's already picked up level 5. Total free farm for him. And Queen of Pain, despite the death, is farming very well. So Shaitan, by no means out of this. Mushi is going to start getting aggressive, though, with this haste rune. Wants to force out a blink from Shaitan, which means 8 more seconds where you can't really... sorry, 12 more seconds where you can't actually engage in that lane really at all. And, well, with the haste rune, the one downside is he's not going to have it if they gank him. I felt like maybe he would hold on to it, but just wants to dominate this lane. This could even be a kill. Oh.
Here comes Bounty Hunter, though, and I think Bounty Hunter windwalked from the high ground, so Mushi doesn't know this, and Mushi's haste rune has expired, so Mushi needs to play very safe here. He's got this last bottle charge, which he wants to use before going back into this lane. He's actually going to do a bit of bottle crowing here. Risk not finding the opening he was after at the mid lane, and this is something Mushi expects. He knows Bounty Hunter isn't spending a lot of time at bottom lane, can well be coming continuously back towards mid, looking to poke around, looking to gank him.
Yeah, and well, at the same time, this is what we see oh, this is a big stack. Can Risk maybe steal it? Maybe steal a couple of those creeps at least. Mushi is going to start farming up. He's going to stack this one more time. This is just an absolute stockpile of souls for him.
Yeah, Shaitan wants to contest this. He almost needs to contest this. For Mushi, he finds a regen rune. I think he's going to be looking to come back and kill it. Risk scouts it out. He's going to have to pop another Ghost Walk in just a second here. He gets out of range, recasts it. Smart play from him. And Orange, they don't have an observe board for this, but Mushi, it's too late. He gets it all. Here comes Shaitan as well as Risk. They want to get this kill, though. They want to take him out. Mushi, no boots up. And this looks like Shaitan getting a kill here. Ice coming in a bit too late with that Burrow Strike, and now we see the return gank going on Risk. Is there Sensuals? Is there Dust? Risk is Ghost Walks up, and he's going to get away from this. No, there's a Dust. Ice actually had picked up some Dust and Sensual Wards, and, well, they get Shadow Fiend, so it's still a win for N9 there, but the damage was done. He farmed that big neutral stack.
He did. The good news, though, they got rid of those souls, and that's really the beauty of those early neutral stacks. It's not those small creeps don't give you that much gold. It's a nice addition to your gold stack, but mostly it's just about getting tons of cheap souls up quickly. And Mushi, look at the protection the Shadow Fiend solo mid requires. If he has, we've seen occasionally Shadow Fiends like Yamate had a game where he just won his lane 1v1, but generally you can't rely on that, and especially if they put anyone else there to gank, and that's the offlane Bounty Hunter for you. So now Orange say, okay, we have to protect Mushi, we might as well push this tower. Lane ward plop down, and nice job with the Treant drawing the creeps back just to give them some extra time to wail away. But the creeps will come, and Mushi will continue to farm those up. Triple raise to ensure he gets all the souls, and both teams going for towers. Tier 1 top falls.
Yeah, and once you clear out those creeps, Night Stalker can't really go in and catch you by surprise. Then the creep wave just scouts things out, and Orange have a ward on the high ground in that middle lane. So FC, walking around this map, hasn't found a kill, hasn't found any assists for his team yet. He's really trying to get involved in the game, but Orange doing a great job of avoiding him. They've got wards both below and above this mid tier 1 tower, so they spot pretty much most of N9's movements around the map.
It is nighttime. It's about a minute and a half, about a minute into this nighttime so far. Oh, excuse me, 2 minutes in, and so far really no aggression from FC. Does have a double damage rune, has that level 4 void, and has the lane ward. KYXY, I don't even, just can get back to base if he keeps on running. If he even thinks about turning around, this could be his death. He's blocking the creeps. He's got to get even farther back. That's just the closing distance for that Night Stalker is so huge because of how quickly he can move. And it looks like for the moment Prof will be okay. But he hasn't really found many kills, GoDz. And do they need to? Are they okay sitting back, not really using this first nighttime for kills, just farming, and just get aggressive on the second night? Maybe that's the plan.
Well, as long as they're getting ahead in other ways apart from kills, which they're doing somewhat. They're getting a slightly more farm. They got the tier 1 tower at top. They can get a few more towers from this, as well as protecting their own towers, which isn't going to last for long, with mid getting very, very low, as well as the bottom tower taking a lot of damage here. So I feel N9 haven't made enough of this first night. Even with not getting kills, I think they can still be okay, but they've just allowed Shadow Fiend and Brewmaster to really catch up, get a lot of farm. Brewmaster with Arcane Boots, 1200 gold. That Blink Dagger is going to be coming online very soon for Yamata.
Yeah, and once he gets the Blink Dagger, that opens up things for Orange. Find a kill, and then you get another minute or two to farm off of that. Even if it's just one, and if you get a couple, that's trouble. Also, this makes it a little bit harder for FC to tower dive, because when the Panda Blink ult is there, and the counter... all the towers are up except for this one, they can probably turn things around, but FC, KYXY is going to get caught out by FC. Glimpse back into the kinetic field, into the auto attacks of that Man-Stalker, and he will pick up a pretty delicious kill on Tree Boy. And, well, yeah, this is what you expect from that offlane Prophet. Honestly, should probably just be in the jungle, but he tries to stay in the lane, and he pays for it.
Yeah, and this is what N9 need to find a few more of kills in this last couple minutes of this nighttime. They haven't found the kills they've been after. They haven't really found the farm and levels either. Their support heroes a level or two behind the support heroes of Orange. Orange already with the level 6 Rubik. They've got Sankey level 5.5. And N9, they just need to get the track gold as well coming into play. Risk has been just hit level 6 and hasn't found any track kills as of yet. So that's something we want to see N9 doing. Orange, meanwhile, they're looking to just pressure down all these low HP towers. Yamata very close to the Blink. If he gets a tower, that's his Blink Dagger. Even without it, it's going to be up soon, and with that Blink Dagger, they can look to force those tower pushes.
Also, Extinct is level 6, so he's a support who is having a pretty good time this game, and You know, he's not far off his Arcane Boots, which is a nice addition, but if he can steal anything, really, track any of Queen of Pain's abilities, there's a lot of good stuff on the board. God forbid he gets a Panda, or not a Panda, excuse me, getting the teams mixed up there, but the Night Stalker Void's great as well. Obviously, Glimpse gives you tons of initiation range. Tower is denied mid. Nice play by GoDz, but the tower does fall, and, well, that means a little less map control for N9. They have a good, aggressive lineup, but so far, just kind of content to stay back and let Orange have the initiative.
Yeah, they've got Disruptor just sort of getting some farm and XP at top lane. They've got Brewmaster just dealing all the damage he'd like to do at bottom lane. And this bottom tier 1 tower, it's now got to deny range. Risk actually going to have the track turned around on him as Rubik steals track. So, well, the track momentum can go both ways. If Orange start getting some kills with this stolen track, they're going to be looking pretty happy. As it is FC at top lane. He's looking to get another kill on KYXY. KYXY rushing a Mechie, which I think is the smart way to play this. That's not how you run into for a gank.
Yeah, that is definitely not the correct way to gank this lane. And you can see there's a Treant here, so probably needs a smoke to actually get in there. Ice level 5 will be driven back a bit just by the threat of Shaitan diving him. Shaitan's getting a decent amount of gold. He's up to 1,800. And this is interesting by Mushi. He's just rushing a BKB right away. He's not going to try and get shreds, not going to try and get really any of those cheaper items up. He just wants the magic community, doesn't want to get silenced, doesn't want to deal with the burst nukes, and it's because he's rushing it. If he doesn't die, he's not far off. It's probably 4 or 5 minutes away at most.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very fast up. And, well, it's nighttime almost over for N9. It's just going to be another minute or so of nighttime. And once that's over, they're going to really not going to have the best time fighting. You've got Mushi getting close. Mushi's getting given the space to start farming towards that BKB. And as a result, for N9, it really feels like time is a wasting. Once he has that BKB, it's so much easier for Orange to take these fights.
Bottom lane, Wrist just explodes. You said Bounty Hunter would like to get involved. He got involved on the wrong side of play. Not what he's hoping for. And I don't even know if SE can get this kill. Maybe, but no, the TP out by Extinct. Didn't hold on to the Void, just needed the chasing power immediately. And more waste of time for N9, who just seem to not quite have enough burst damage when they need it.
Yeah, Shaitan at mid lane. He's 2-1 on this Queen of Pain. He's going to be one of those heroes who has to really deliver the goods for them. And for N9, it's really, they're playing very split up on the map. They had Disruptor farming at top. They just need to group up, go for these kills, and try force team fights. Orange is just doing a great job of split farming and forcing N9 to split up. N9 are don't have the hero composition to get these solo kills and to do things with just 1 or 2 heroes. They need to be getting track and having Queen of Pain there as well as Night Stalker to follow it up. So we'll have to see how they look to react to this, because it's still Orange. You look at this minimap of theirs, they've got Rubik near the secret shop. They've got 1 at mid, 1 or 2 in the jungle, and then 1 at bottom. They're just so split up and just being so efficient with their time.
Yeah, at the same time, they're keeping Mushi protected. You'll notice he hasn't really been left alone at all this game, and that's the weakest, that's the easiest target to kill, aside from Prophet. But Prophet, if he dies, no big deal. At this point, he's got his utility item, he's got his mech. He's not going for the farming Prophet. I don't think they need it either. This is not a game where, you know, N9 have that hard carry, having a great start. As long as your Shadow Fiend gets big, you win this game late.
Oh yeah, there's N9, unless, I mean, Queen of Pain just does not have the farm to take this to super late game, I want to say. He's up to 80 creep kills, but is falling behind Brewmaster as well as Shadow Fiend. N9 have smoked up near bottom. They're looking maybe for Yamata. It is daytime. Track goes down from Risk. He then immediately backs off. FC goes in with a nuke. He's got this primal split though, so this is not really a fight that N9 can easily take, especially with Sand King Ice waiting there with the epicenter. They're going to back off, so N9 wasting so much time here. They smoke up, they don't really achieve much. It's still daytime, and got to wonder where are those openings going to come. They're just not making them. They're kind of sitting back and hoping that they get presented them, but they have to go look to make something happen.
You got to think this is what they should have been doing 6 minutes ago when it was nighttime, when Night Stalker was one of the most farmed heroes on the map. Now he's a good 2k gold behind the Panda. He's a 1.7 behind his own Queen of Pain. He was at that point in the game where if he just gets a few kills, suddenly nowhere is safe for Orange, but didn't find them, ganked a lot by himself, chose the wrong gank path at times. We saw that earlier, running around, you know, across, sort of around this stone outcropping, and now it's getting to a point where the kills won't be as easy to come by. Shadow Fiend's always got the BKB. Panda's had the Blink Dagger for a while now. Prophet with the mech, the TP heal, always there. They're, like you said, the openings, where are they going to come from? They had them earlier, I think, and now not nearly as much.
Yeah, nowhere near as much, and it's going to be Orange who are looking to make things happen at mid lane. They find Shaitan. Telekinesis, Burrow Strike. Is there enough burst damage or chain stun? Shaitan does get the blink off, and Blink stolen by Extinct. He's got a Fade Bolt here. One more right click. Doesn't come. Shaitan did have the magic wand. It looked like he would have survived on about 10 HP regardless. Pops a regen rune, so...
Top lane.
Well, he's still alive.
Oh, they glimpse him back in. This is not what they wanted because he got his primal split off. Now Winter probably going to fall here. Actually, maybe not. He is moving quickly. That track still goes through after you use the Panda ult. I don't think it worked that way in Dota 1, but hey, it helps him to survive. They'll be happy about that. And they force out a crucial Panda ult. The concern, though, is Orange wants to fight anyway without this ult being online. Can they? I think they can. Maybe if Night Stalker shows up, but aside from that, you're not too afraid. Queen of Pain's rather low. I don't know. Orange are going to force this. They do have the mech. They have a lot of AoE. They have, I think, also this Extinct Rubik. Just been so high impact this game. And guys, we've been talking about he's not just the jungling support. He plays a great laning support as well.
Oh yeah, he does. And I'm looking to take this fight. Glimpse back on Yamate. He's got no ultimate regardless, so FC needs to make something happen here for Orange. Big epicenter from Ice. He's not going to get a single kill here, and it is going to be a turnaround. Track Gold going away with N9. They've got one kill, but they're all so ridiculously low. FC wants to re-engage, wants to get more kills here. Risk looking for another track opening. It's going to be Yamate who's left alone here. Can he fight his way out this? And Shadow Fiend, they're coming from behind. Orange just proving to be too resilient, too much HP on these heroes, and they're not done. They're looking for more kills. It's going to be Risk who possibly drops as well. He's been dusted up. He's trying to run for his life. He's slowed by the Drunken Haze and now caught in a Sprout. Taken out. 4 dead for N9. Big turnaround. Mushi just shows up at the last, sort of at the last minute, but it was almost the perfect time to be there.
That Shadow Fiend, as squishy as and delicious as he looks early on, boy, is he a fearsome beast when he charges it with a haste rune, with a BKB, and then quite a chunk of gold on top of it. And with that kind of a fight, nighttime's down for a while. It's not going to actually turn to night naturally for a while. You've gotten maybe 1 or 2 track kills this game, but that's about it. Your Queen of Pain's rush is Sight the Vice, but that's not coming until at least the 22 minute mark. This is looking to be big trouble. KYXY will be glimpsed back. A small victory, but Orange still happy to back off here nonetheless.
Yeah, N9 don't even find... They try followed up by finding some pickoffs. Doesn't really happen, and... Well, they're playing on the back foot with a lineup that's sort of designed for playing and being aggressive, getting ahead early and staying ahead. It's not really a lineup that can play too well from behind. They don't have the strong initiative. Maybe with Night Stalker having a BKB up, he can look to sort of defend by getting the track gold and just diving in with pure tankiness and survivability. Shaitan following up with some burst damage, but really it's just going to be Orange. When they get ahead, they can just continually out-farm N9, and N9... Bounty Hunter Risk is just so poor at this point and really struggling to find any openings for himself and his team.
That's a great point. The only heroes that farm well on this team are, I suppose, as far as supports go, the Twin-Headed Dragon, and then the Queen of Pain. That's it. We see Bounty Hunter just walking around a lot, trying to set up kills. When he doesn't find them, it's not like a Shadow Fiend or a Prophet where you just mow down a couple creep waves instantly. Guys, you got to work for farm on these heroes. You can't leave lanes, and if you fail with the ganks, they don't really have much of a plan B aside from this Queen of Pain, who's, well, getting caught out now. This could be bad. Burrow striking, following through, and the Scream as well. Fade Bolt on top of it all. They need a Sprout and not going to be able to find one.
Yeah, they just don't have that one more disable here, but here comes the rest of Orange. They've got Brewmaster, they've got Shadow Fiend as well. Finish BKB and Treads. Yamata with ultimate point booster as well as a Gem of True Sight up. Drum of Endurance. He's got a huge amount of farm, and Winter... Well, he overextends. Brewmaster even pops the ultimate for this, trying to chase and get some additional kills on well. Top of this, Shaitan goes Ramboing in, gets picked off, and Orange, it looks like with 2 pickoffs, they're going to get a tier 2 tower, possibly even a kill on this Night Stalker. Night Stalker caught in no man's land. Ice going to be looking for that Sun. He gets the Burrow Strike, the burst damage coming from Moosh, followed up. Orange just walking all over N9 for the time being.
Oh, they're crushing through them at this point. It's 12-4. If anyone was going to have 12 kills at this point, you would expect it to be N9, but, you know, just 4 kills with a ganking lineup. Queen of Pain, Night Stalker, Bounty Hunter. That is not going to cut it at all. It started with Bounty Hunter getting shut down in lane a lot, getting killed almost DK style, just with that first creep pull off the bat. Constant sentries and dust there. Got 1 or 2 nice kills on Mushi mid, but just wasn't quite enough. And now Orange haven't won the game yet, but are in a position where it's up to them to throw it. There's no way that N9 win this unless Orange make mistakes, which they have shown a bit of a propensity to do as far as these other top teams go. But in comes the big fight. Aegis is up, and look at the AoE, just a single clap. Now the low ground to high ground raises from Mushi. Impressive control of that Shadow Fiend from him. Queen of Pain ult thrown in, but the mech keeps everyone alive. Where's that Prophet ult? It's off cooldown. Risk might die. There's a collect. Not quite enough damage. He gets the kill on the Disruptor. Now chasing onto Shaitan. Ice has the Burrow Strike. Could look to go here. In comes Mushi. Still has the BKB. Still has the Aegis. Requiem cooling down. Nailing all of his raises. Beautiful Shadow Fiend control from him. First low ground to high ground, then hitting the double raise, canceling, recasting as needed, landing every single one, and 2 more kills for this orange squad, and the Aegis still up. They're getting a tier 2. They are getting just total map control, not making any mistakes so far.
Yeah, they're just initiating well. They're controlling this map. They've just got complete and utter dominance over these fights with this gem pickup for Yamato, which is just paying for itself already. The mech coming out from KYXY has proved to be crucial on multiple occasions, dealing with the AoE from Jakiro as well as Queen of Pain. And Night Stalker just unable to get into these fights, unable to find those openings. And this was a safe lane farming Night Stalker, which just isn't having the same impact as you look at Yamato with that Brewmaster. He's just been so controlling over the flow of this game. Night Stalker just hasn't found any way of getting into these fights whatsoever. And
now that Brewmaster's got a gem, and he like you said, he's very tanky, he's very farmed. They're not killing him. And when they're not killing him, that means that he's seen everything that Bounty Hunter looks to do. It also means that they can deward, and when you have this kind of an advantage, if you have the map control as well, there's really no options left for N9. So it's got to be up to them, maybe even just getting a gem of their own. They're going to smoke up. They're going to look to try and go for a gank here. This is desperation time. This is a gank that has to work for them to have any shot at getting back into this game. Mushi's up to 3.7k, and they're not even going to find him. They might turn around when they see him in this lane, but they're already very close to mid. Will they back up? Will they go bottom? They are going to rotate that way instead. Yamate streaming down that way. Extinct is about to pick up a double damage. Yamate will be caught out. He's tracked. He's strapped in the Static Storm, but they just can't bring him down. Ice Path on 2. He's going to get this ult off. He's not going to get the ult off. They do barely manage to bring him down. Gem on the floor. Yamate to buy back. In comes Shaitan. Great start for N9. Is it going to be enough? Extinct gets pulled back in, and he will die. No death notice again there. In comes BKB. Mushi wants GoDz. Just not quite enough damage, down to like 10 HP. Now FC, 1 raise to miss. Finally, Mushi misses a damn raise. Gem on the ground again. It's musical gem for this game. Ice gets tracked up. Orange showing that, you know, not the perfect team fight control, but here comes Yamate with that ult. 4 heroes caught in a decently small AoE. Mushi wants FC, will kill him off. FC to fall first. Can they get anyone else? Bounty Hunter next in line. Do they have the gem anymore? I don't think they do.
It was
yes, they
picked
do.
up by Brewmaster. Brewmaster stole it. I guess he's still got the gem effect. Brewmaster, he blinked in, stole the gem before he got the ultimate, and now Orange have just turned around the fight. Musical gems indeed, and the buyback for Yamata winning his team that fight to some extent as looks like they're going to sort of march onto that top lane. The tier 2 tower at top going to go down regardless of the hero involvement. The siege creep will make sure of that. And you've got Mushi still getting more farm, still getting bigger and bigger. He's up to 5.1k gold.
Yikes. This is the one thing we've seen from Mushi, GoDz, is he hates to spend his gold. He likes to keep his options open. Not really what you want if you're running a car dealership, trying to sell a car to Mushi. He's going to make your life hard. He's going to say, I want to test drive every single car before I make a decision, but he's got that luxury. He can test drive every model he likes because he's that far ahead. Blink Dagger up on the Sand King. 12k net worth for Mushi. Everything just looking so easy and so smooth for Orange. A tiny hiccup in that fight, but with the buyback from the Brewmaster, they could kill him once, but they were never killing him a second time. It was all about the Static Storm.
Yeah, once that was off, I mean, even killing him just in the Static Storm, they couldn't even do. They had to follow it up with the Night Stalker silence, FC, making sure he didn't get off that ultimate. But that was throwing every single silence and disable they had at him. He buys back and it's like, oh crap, what can we do this time? And Orange now in a very, very good position. They've got all the they've got the Force Ups, the Blink on their supports. They've got Shadow Fiend with a ton of gold, the BKB Aegis. They've got Brewmaster getting close to an Aghanim Scepter, and Nature's Prophet starting to build towards that Sheepstick.
Extinct gets caught out, but a Burrow Strike on only the Queen of Pain, in fact. No track there. It looks like he's able to blink away. He stole Blink. This is going to waste time for Shaitan, who needs to be in the middle of the fight, where Mushi is just absolutely ripping them a new one. FC to drop. No, the last raise misses. The last auto tech. Ice will clip him. A little peck from those clubs, and the claws, rather, and that's enough. It looks like Bounty Hunter will drop next. Mushi's going to happily clean this up. 7k gold. Time for a Divine Rapier for him.
Absolutely. He's still got the Aegis, so why the hell not? About a minute left on it. Buybacks galore coming from N9, Jakira as well as Night Stalker. They've got to try hold this. They've got to take the fight to Orange Esports, but still Aegis on Mushi. How do you engage? How do you take this fight? It's going to be very difficult. They have got the Static Storm. They have got the Thunderdome. They've got to use it soon. Shaitan drops the ultimate, not doing a huge amount to Mushi, but it does do enough to Yamata. He's got no buyback, and N9 want to chase on in. Mushi just trying to throw away his life with the Aegis. Question is, what can he do on respawn? Is there the backup? Here goes Sanking. Epicenter, Blink, hits no one at all. N9 baited out. They saw it coming, and now N9 going to go back in, re-engage. They want Ice. He's on about 10 HP. He does go down. And N9, they get out of there just losing Night Stalker. A decent trade for them. They are still looking like they may lose this tier 3 tower, though.
Mushi up to 7.3k. God, he's going to be sorry if he dies without spending that gold, but Winner is going to live with barely any health. One more auto attack on Shaitan, but he's hexed up, turned into a piglet, not able to actually fight. Now the BKB comes off cooldown. He'll use it. He'll unload on Risk. Risk, one more auto attack, not quite enough damage. Gets him with the long range snipe. KYXY over the top. Just the chasing power of this ARM squad. One extra hero every time they need it. They're just finding the kills. And Mushi escapes. Finally, he's like, well, I guess I'll spend that gold. Picks up a Demon Edge. No Divine Rapier. Looks to be probably an MKB. Maybe a Daedalus. Oh, boy. Well, Mushi with 7k, spending it. This is looking pretty bad.
Yeah, Mushi, he loves to do this. It's the one thing about Mushi I will never, ever understand. He always takes so long to buy his items. Like, the couriers, it's not the couriers in use. He's sitting on 6 or 7k gold, and then he'll buy a BKB. And it's like, okay, well, you could have bought an Ogre Club when you had 1k gold. You could have bought it sooner. But he has this thing where he just saves up gold and buys the items later. And it never seems to matter because he just he controls his hero so well. His mechanics are just so flawless that even without items, he can still have such a big impact on the game. And that's what he's been doing for the last 10 minutes. With just a BKB, he's been having a huge impact. And then when you throw a Daedalus on him as well, it's going to get really scary.
Eventually, though, Mushi has so much gold, he just has to spend it. FC is in a lot of trouble mid. Probably will drop here. Track was stolen by Extinct. Oh, you gotta protect that track. When you're behind like this, you need the advantage. You can't be giving it away. And unfortunately, Bounty Hunter probably next in line here. No, actually will be able to escape. Are they going to get Rex off of this? They don't quite have the full team in position. Prophet can TP in, though. Now they're going to have 5 mid. Track on the Yamate. Does still have the blink. Just needs the blink clap, really, I feel. There's the Disruptor. Glimpse doesn't quite catch Extinct in the kinetic field. He'll escape, and now the Rack's under siege. In comes a 2-hero Burrow Strike from Ice. In comes the BKB and the Daedalus for Mushi. And absolute destruction, just wailing away. 700 damage.
Crit. Next to go is GoDz. Another crit onto GoDz. GoDz saying, have some mercy. Mushi, please. And it looks like GoDz may actually get out of here. Another Ice Path. But GoDz takes a raise. He's going to survive this, but N9, their base, will not. They're going to lose the mid-Raxes. It looks like they may lose bottom as well. Orange Esports, looks like they take game number 3.
Mushi has finished farming. Mushi is ready to fight, and Mushi can't be stopped. This was with Mushi being shut down early in the game. This was with him being denied a little bit in lane. Queen of Pain out farming him. But he got that critical kill on her, and he really never looked back. And you also got to credit the rest of Orange for, you know, protecting him after that point. In they go. They want some more kills here. FC is going to fall next. Track onto him as well. Track's exchange flung back and forth. That's not a word, but we'll roll with it. We create lots of words on these casts. That's the beauty of Beyond the Summit for you. But yeah, they're going to breach the high ground and look for a second later X.
Don't quote us on your English essays, though, at school. Unfortunately, it may not go too well for you as N9. They're looking to make something go well for them at this bottom lane. They've only lost the mid-Raxes, so one set. They're going to try and bring this back here. Yamata jokingly denying Extinct here.
Oh, boy.
Shaitan actually may have overextended. He's got no BKB. He's got a sheep stick up. Shaitan needs another blink out. He does manage to get out of there. And it looks like Nature's Prophet gets sent back to top lane. Risk once again.
Oh, Ice.
Time.
She gets him with the Sandstorm, even though the Raze did the bulk of the damage there. It's Mushi up to another 4.2k. We'll have to wait a couple. Nope, he's gonna spend it now. Relic picked up. We're gonna see some Mushi Divine Rapier Fountain farming action in the next 5 minutes. This stuff only happens in GEST Dota 2, guys. Oh boy.
Yeah, he's gonna have that Aegis. He'll wait for the Aegis, then he'll get that Divine Rapier, and that is gonna be coming up very, very soon. KYXY buys a Dagon for himself, so he's looking to start taking some of these kills. He says, "You guys not giving me enough kills," and or Mushi. He's got a big stack of Ancients awaiting him here. And N9, there's just nothing they can do. They're just too far behind, do not have the items to fight. FC still doesn't have his BKB. The supports have just their Arcane Boots. Queen of Pain, the only hero with some farm, Shaitan, but he's still no BKB, just cannot survive a team fight.
This is that point in the game where you kind of get sad as a Shadow Fiend in a weird way, because you do so much damage with your auto attacks that there's very little justification to ever use the raises, but that's really half the fun of the hero, is hitting some sick raises. But Mushi's at that point, he was raising Ancients, and really, if you just auto attack them, they're dying a lot quicker.
Well, speaking of Mushi, he's taking the coward's way out. He's picked up a Radiance.
What? Mushi,
I'm not a fan.
Please! Mushi, please!
Your fans are disappointed, Mushi.
I'm not making a Facebook post about this one after this game. We're calling Mushi out for this, but Shaitan is also in a bit of a pickle. He'll be able to blink away. Well, GoDz, it helps him push, right? So, totally the item everyone wanted to see him get.
I don't think the Radiance burn damage is going to come into play all too much. He basically one-shots every little creep here, can instantly raise the creep waves down, so, hey. N9, we'll see how they try and deal with this, but there's just nothing really they can do. 2 lives on Mushi. Brewmaster, who can just blink initiate with a Nag Scepter, is just going to be too potent.
Oh, he's going to waste that Aegis, potentially. Nope, next back up, now Ice coming in. Mushi just not wanting to blow it just yet, but he doesn't have a Divine Rapier. Come on, Mushi, be a man, be a Shadow man, and he's not so far. They pull the Sand back in, trapped in the middle of the entire team. The Queen of Pain ult is there. Still not enough damage. Mushi uses the BKB before he dies. Oh, this could maybe work out okay for N9. He still hasn't died, though. Finally, the Aegis gets popped, and onwards and upwards for Orange.
Oh yeah, more kills going the way of Orange. They've taken out 4. Just Risk alive. For once, Risk actually alive here. He's picked up 10 deaths throughout the game. Not been a friendly game to be a bounty hunter up against that tri-lane of Orange, which was just executed so well. Orange, they take their second set of Raxus, they take their second game, they take game number 3, and they're going to move on to the grand finals of this GEST Dota 2 tournament.
Boy, did they do so in convincing fashion in game number 2. Game 1, it felt like N9 had their shots, they took their licks, they gave some good blows back, but this game, this one just felt like Orange had their number from that 5-minute mark at the earliest. The bounty hunter dying right away. Orange just showing some really good communication, good understanding, and prediction of how N9 was going to land it. That really helps them jump off to a quick start. And then you just have, like you said, the pristine mechanics of players like Mushi to carry them through the mid-game. And, well, we have a 15-2 and 14 solo mid Shadow Fiend who got ganked early. This was Mushi not having a good start, GoDz, and with that 21k net worth, that is a pretty fat Shadow Fiend.
Such a great comeback hero. It's like you fall behind early, Mushi's just like, no problem, I'll just have to farm more in the mid-game, and he does just that.
This wraps it up for game number 3. Orange take the series. They will be moving on to the GEST Dota 2 Grand Finals facing either Zenith or potentially MUFC. We're going to find out soon which one of those two teams will be moving on. Thank you all for tuning in, and don't go anywhere because Zenith versus MUFC is coming up soon. The game was delayed to make room, to make sure that we could cast the whole best out of 3. Stay tuned for that. Be sure to follow these teams, support them, and subscribe, follow us as well if you want to support us. But for now, big thanks to Dota Talk, big thanks to GEST Dota 2, and we'll be back in just a few moments' time with Zenith versus MUFC.